So let's talk about that moment in the Ms. Pat Show Season 2 when Ani Denise basically calls out Janelle and suggests she was having affairs back in college. At first, it feels like classic Denise. Messy, loud, stirring the pot for no reason. But the more you sit with that scene, the more you start to wonder, was she actually right? Because here's the thing about Denise. She's chaotic, yes. She's unfiltered, absolutely. But she's rarely random. When she throws something out there, it usually comes from observation. She reads people fast. And when she hints that Janelle wasn't exactly innocent during her college days, it doesn't feel like she pulled it out of thin air. It feels like she noticed something, maybe a pattern, maybe a reaction, and decided to say it out loud. And Janelle's reaction? That's where it gets interesting. If Denise had been completely wrong, Janelle probably would have laughed it off. But she doesn't. She stiffens. She gets defensive. She wants to shut the conversation down immediately. In sitcom language, that's usually a red flag. The more someone overreacts to an accusation, the more it suggests there's some truth buried there. Now, does the show come out and confirm every detail?
No.
But it heavily implies that Janelle's past might not be as polished as she presents it. And that's what makes this storyline so layered. Janelle often carries herself as the more refined one in the family. She went to college. She sees herself as more structured, more respectable. There are moments where she subtly positions herself above the chaos, especially compared to Ms. Pat's wild past or Denise's loud personality. So when Denise suggests that Janelle might have been just as messy in her younger years, it disrupts that image. And honestly, that's the real tension here. It's not about cheating in college. It's about hypocrisy. Denise doesn't pretend to be perfect. She owns her flaws. She doesn't sugarcoat her past. Janelle, on the other hand, prefers to present a controlled version of herself. So when Denise pokes holes in that, it feels personal. What makes it even funnier is that Denise doesn't say it gently. She doesn't tiptoe. She throws it out there in front of everyone, forcing Janelle to either deny it or confront it. That discomfort becomes the comedy. But here's something important. Even if Denise is right, the show doesn't frame Janelle as a villain. College is a messy time for a lot of people. People experiment. People make questionable decisions. The show isn't condemning her, it's humanizing her. It's reminding the audience that no one in this family has a spotless record. That's actually one of the strengths of the Ms. Pat Show. It doesn't let any character sit on a moral high horse for too long. If someone starts acting superior, someone else will pull them right back down. And that's exactly what Denise does. So, was Ani Denise right about Janelle having affairs in college? The show strongly hints yes, or at least right enough to make Janelle uncomfortable. But more importantly, Denise was right about the bigger picture. Everybody has a past. And pretending you don't just makes you an easier target. At the end of the day, the humor isn't really about cheating. It's about ego. It's about image versus reality. And in a family like this, reality always wins, loudly. And honestly, that's why that moment hits. It's messy, awkward, and hilarious, but it also peels back a layer of Janelle we don't usually get to see.